Good evening, classmates, teachers, and gamers. Esports, short for electronic sports, is a form of competition using video games. Esports often takes the form of organized multiplayer video game competitions, particularly between professional players individually or as teams. Esports, let me tell you about a brief history of esports and how it all started. It all started as a hobby. Video games were experimental time wasters and meant to entertain the masses. But as many other hobbies, gaming turned serious. Competitive gaming has come a long way in recent years and is only getting bigger. As with everything, as with everything else, esports has humble beginnings, where the prize pools were far from hundreds of thousands of dollars, and has become the norm. Almost 45 years ago, on October 19th, 1972, Stanford students took part in space war tournaments on campus, thus becoming one of the first recorded competitive gaming activities ever. The prize, a year subscription to a Rolling Stone magazine. Just 8 years later, after the legendary game studios, Atari held an official Space Invaders Championship that would prove to be the birth of gaming as a competitive hobby. The tournament attracted more than 10,000 participants and was considered the first large-scale video game competition. It didn't take long before high scores and arcade games would be considered actual records, worthy of praise and respect. And arcade halls attracted millions of video games enthusiasts. As a result, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Centipede, and other more games. And other more games were played on a competitive basis. But it wasn't until the home computer came along. And later, it, and later the revolutionary internet, and we would see the birth of modern esports. Gaming quickly became more than just gaming. No more standing around inside halls to play the crowded arcade halls, waiting to push harder and quarter through those slots. Now you could play the latest and best games at home and even against other people. Popular games such as Doom, Wolfenstein, Quake, and Half-Life were the modern sh- were the modern uh, were the pioneers of the first shooter genre, laying the foundation of the modern shooters and even giving birth to Counter-Strike, which started off as a Half-Life modification. Another popular game, Defense of the Ancients, also known as Dota, started as a Warcraft modification, and along with StarCraft, these games cemented their positions as premier competitive real-time strategy games, becoming the darlings of South Korean scene. South Korea is often mentioned as the forerunner when it comes to online gaming, as the country has had a passion for esports since the turn of the millennium, idolizing StarCraft players in true rockstar fashion. It took a while before other regions such as North Korea, Europe, and other esports fans, but it's come a long way since going for events in auditoriums to sold-out arenas across the globe. Esports has seen tremendous growth in spectatorship and prize pools, and it's often hard to believe just how big the scene has become. Millions of concurrent viewers have watched their favorite game streams online during every tournament. In CSGO, the recent major in Katowice reached a peak of 1.19 million concurrent viewers and a grand prize of $500,000. Looking at Dota 2, its largest annual tournament, the International, we've seen it grow to extreme heights as the prize pool has gone from an impressive $2.8 million in 2013 to the astronomical $25.5 $5 million awarded in 2018. Competitive gaming is booming like never before, and even though we were well past in the birth of esports, this is just the beginning.